Hello, friends. Today we have with us Mr. Deek Parassini. He's the founder of Life is All Positive Foundation. I'm sure many of you would be knowing about this foundation. And today we'll talk to him about this foundation and about his life and the work he does. So, welcome, Deek.
Perfect. Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure too. So, Deek, your website describes you as a truth based transformational speaker. What exactly does that mean?
See, what has happened is
Hmm.
there is so much of untruth being told in the world as truth, right? And people are all confused with a lot of marketing, with a lot of influence. The truth is not really showcased the way it has to be showcased. Because what I believe
Hmm.
is life being, life is the most truthful thing which people can have, right? I always say life is your greatest guru or life is your greatest teacher, and people don't
Hmm.
want to learn from that truth which life is actually telling you. So people try to go to shortcuts, people try to go to different
Hmm.
other means to get to the truth, right? So I deeply thought, like, how do I define myself, or how do I do what I'm doing right now? Because everything what I do is as a giving back to the society, right? All my talks, all my sessions, everything will be done free of cost to this world, because I believe that I'm a brother or a son to this world, and my job is to help every brother or a sister or a mother or father who has a problem, and it's my duty as a son or a brother to be of service to them.
Hmm.
Full stop. But then people always wanted a tag. What do you tag yourself? And then talking to a couple of people, he said, okay, put a transformational truth speaker, because that's what you do. Because many people, when I hear my talks, they did say that, oh, you're telling the truth exactly to the point, regardless of people like it or people don't like it, right? Because the truth is
Hmm.
truth. And that's how it all evolved and came into that name, to be very truthful to you. And that's how it all started.
Hmm. What do you mean by like people don't know truth, their own truth? What
Ma'am,
exactly does that mean?
see, what has happened here is, if you see life, okay, if you see life, life keeps hitting you in different ways, right? It could be a relationship issue, it could be a health issue, it
Hmm.
could be it could be a surrounding issue, environment, bad parents or bad children's. There's a lot of ways life is hitting us, right?
Hmm.
What do we do? Get busy in work. What do we do? Get busy in movies. What do we do? Get busy in social media. What do we do? Go see a good seminar, get motivated about life, right? Is your real answer being fixed? Answer is no. It could be a husband
Hmm.
and a wife issue, but people don't fix that husband wife issue, and they go hang around with,
Hmm.
the husband hangs around with his friends, the wife hangs around with her friends, thinking that that's life.
Hmm.
So what's naturally happening here is that is people are all running away from the truth and getting busy in unnecessary things. With time, the truth also gets harder. And there's no one here to tell the truth, because everyone is here in some form to make money or to make revenue out of every problem which people are facing through. So
Hmm.
what? Book one, book two, book three, and get you into that loop where generally people make money. So what I've seen is, so for example, any person you hate will repeat in your life some way or the other. For example, if you not, I'm not giving your example. If you hate your father, you will see that father figure repeating in as your friend. You will see the father figure
Yeah.
repeating as your boss. You will see the father figure repeating as your husband. You'll see, if you don't learn
Hmm.
from that, you'll see a son slowly changing as father figure. So
Hmm.
that keeps repeating, and that's the truth.
Hmm.
All you got to do is to find a peace with your father, or forgive your father for what has happened. I'm telling you that issue will be solved automatically. But what we do,
Hmm.
let's go for retreats, let's go for this, yoga, whatever it is. I'm not
Hmm.
against any of the spiritual processes, but after doing whatever you're doing, are you finding the answer, or you're still in that loop trying to find the answer? Because many people,
Hmm.
man, I say truth is the most easiest thing. You have an issue, fix it. People don't want to fix it. People want to run away and try other means to peace your mind, to calm your mind. And that's
Hmm.
where the problem is.
Huh. But what you said that you are not like you're not against spiritual practices or something like that. But
I'm
what you're talking is a spiritual practice only.
in
See, in
some way,
spiritualism, they say. that a lesson will keep on repeating itself till you learn from it. Once you learn, that lesson will go. So
100%.
just like you said, if you have an issue with your father, that thing, that kind of issue will keep on repeating
Yeah,
in different forms.
100%, right?
Okay.
And the problem with
Uh,
people is, how do they fix it?
mm,
They have to change.
mm,
And people don't
mm,
want to change. People want to keep blaming. And when people want to keep
mm,
blaming, would the life change?
mm,
No.
mm,
So you can keep blaming your father. No, my father did this because my life. My father is like that. That's why my life.
mm,
Or my husband is like that's my life.
mm,
You can keep blaming the world. Would it change your life?
mm.
So most
No.
people tell, leave this world. You can figure it out. If your father is not supporting you, leave them. Figure out your own life. I'm against that principle.
Mm,
My principle is bring back the family back, because
mm.
90% of a solution is sitting within your family itself. 90 percentage.
That's
It
so
could be
true.
your relationship issue or whatever it is. Many people say it's hereditary. Hereditary
Mm,
is because parents and children have been doing. It's coming on to you now.
mm,
Nowadays, new generation says that, okay, what cultural belief, what religious belief, what godly belief. You leave that slowly, your that repercussion is going to happen. So I'm
mm,
not against any of the processes. Each people need their cup of tea. But the point is,
mm,
make sure the cup of tea gets to the truth. Because most people are just drinking a cup of tea for removing the stress. Right? That's why I always joke
mm,
and say, everyone needs a 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. tea. There's so much of stress is
mm,
there. They need caffeine to nullify that stress. So same way life
mm,
also. They're going, some people are going to spiritual practices, or some people are going in various other processes just to
mm,
nullify the current mental issue which they're going through. No one is fixing the code,
mm,
but for fixing the
mm.
code, you have to change. And many people
Yeah.
don't.
So you have to confront the issue head on.
Yes,
You can't
that's
lie.
so true.
Mm,
Ma'am,
mm.
see what happens
So,
is, go ahead, sorry.
mm. No, no, tell me.
No, what I'm saying is the truth is, see, when life hits you, that's the truth. You have done something wrong, so life is hitting you.
Mm,
And many people
mm,
come, that is destiny. Life is like that.
mm,
What can we do? That's all for lazy people who don't want to change.
mm,
So the biggest core of all problems, when life hits you, you blame someone else. You need other things to figure
mm,
out. When you start blaming yourself, you focus on growth. You focus on fixing it, and when you fix it, you yourself can fix it. I
mm.
always, you don't need a middleman to figure out you and your life or your God which you believe in. But when you use a middle
Yeah.
stuff, there are chances that it can
Mm,
work against you also.
mm, mm. So how did you like you're an MSc in business psychology and then you did an MBA and then how did you turn towards this side of life?
So what
What
happened is,
exactly has been your life
my
journey?
my life. See, every kid have
Mm,
this life till eighth. They're all great, but ninth and tenth is when the stress, board exams, all these things start stepping in. That is when life
mm,
becomes very serious for you. I had a great group of friends. Things were having not
mm,
working out the way I wanted to work. So I just disconnected from all my thing and let me be the most successful person first. And then I will figure out all these friends and all that stuff. So I went really after success. So when you go after success, you search what success is. Then you meet, you see a lot of motivational books. You read that. I started reading that, and then obviously I grew from my organization. Also, I did my education parallelly. After doing all that, I became, right now I'm still working as a regional commercial manager. I'm still working. This I'm doing as a giving back, right? Just to
okay.
show the world that how you can do a work, you can be take care of
Mm,
family and do service to the world. Because many people say
mm,
you have to leave family to do service, or they'll say you have to leave your job to do service. I say like, no, you don't need to. You can do all three together if you really have a proper plan.
mm,
So right now I'm working as a regional commercial manager for a Canadian company. That's the job which I do. So I saw this, I was
okay.
enjoying my life and the world was struggling. That's the first strike bulb which came into my hand. Like, yeah, why is God so special? Or why is God given me that and not giving other people? So, when you have these big questions, you tend to travel, to search of God, right? And I've traveled in a lot of temples, churches all around India. Like, you name
Mm,
any, I'm always thankful to God that He has taken me there in some form or the other. Did that, never got the answer. Then I was like, okay,
mm,
God is not working this out. Let me just take it easy and just chill. Then
mm,
what happened was I made sure I go and meet my supervisor once in a while or my teachers. in my school. I tell all the
mm,
students, I said, go and visit your teachers once in a while, because once you meet them, you're touching heaven and coming back, is what I've understood. So I met one of my supervisor, and he said that today generation is all gone. I've given up. Ma'am, you can't believe the
mm,
person who used to idolize is giving up on the current
mm,
generation. Someone has to step up. So he said,
mm,
"You guys, do whatever you want, I'm done. I'm done with them and their parents." I was like, "Nee, yaar, this is not really good." So I said, "Okay, let me do something." And I told him, like, I'm going to see, let me see what I can do. So then I thought I need to do something for the youth. So the first article I asked, I was married that time. I asked my wife, "What do you want me to do?" I said, like, open Facebook. Like, 10 years ago,
mm,
Facebook was very big. Open Facebook,
mm,
write articles of whatever message you have. So first I wrote about over attachment. Second, I wrote about over attachment to lover, breakups and all that article. I wrote that,
mm,
that clicked. So when that clicked, many kids came from different walks of life. Sir, I want to
mm,
suicide. Guys harass me out in a relationship. There is toxic boy hitting me. So different issues related to love and relationship, they started coming. I used to chat late night with these kids and started
mm,
chatting with them. Once I'm done with all the chatting, I run another ad with that article again to see if another kids will come or God is going to send another people into their life. So like that for 2 years, I was doing just chatting late night, three children's family. So I
mm,
chatted. Then what happened was one teacher came to know I'm doing this, right? And
mm,
and she said, "Can you meet?" Because she had her own doubts. So I said, "Okay, let's meet up." So I meet her and I clarified her doubts. She bring her nephew. I clarified her doubts also. And then that ma'am said, "Can you do it for a college of ours?" I said, like, "Why not?" So that's when I stepped onto the stage for the first time. And the beauty of all
okay.
of it, God gives me 300 girls in front of me. First talk, 300 girls. I was like single guy going in front of 300 girls. What am I going to talk? So I thought I was
Mm,
evolving into a motivational speaker. So I gave some topics which I learned from different people, and then I got blank.
mm,
Then I was like, maybe in 15 minutes, I didn't know what to say next. I was like, damn, they gave me 1 hour and I have nothing to say. And that's when I asked, if you have any questions, ask. Luckily, a girl raised up her hand. Then my reply came.
mm,
Another girl raised up the hand. Then my reply came. Then I came to know I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm more of a Q&A guy. You ask me a question, the
mm,
answer will come. Don't ask me how the answer is coming. So once I started
mm,
doing that, schools, colleges, corporates, and then it just spread across. I've done for IIT Dhanbad, I've done for IIT Bombay, I've done
mm,
for Central Academy of Police Training, and then it evolved, evolved,
mm,
evolved. Now, next question you'll ask me, why am I doing it all free? It's a very
mm,
simple. A great motivation speaker long time ago told that you need to do 300 free speeches. After that, you can charge. So when I reached around
okay.
200 things, I got an opportunity for a paid speech. I went for
Okay.
that. The program got cancelled. I was like, that's a
Okay.
bad start. And then after another 2, 3 months, another opportunity for a paid opportunity came. I gave my charge. That also got cancelled. Then I told God, in life, I'm never ever going to charge my session because that's what you want. Because if two you are rejecting, then there is a problem.
Mm,
With time, when you do these sessions, with time I
mm,
analyze that, okay, I'm seeing the whole world as my family. And when a mother has a problem, can I charge her the money? Answer is no.
mm,
That's how God or universe evolved me in such a way to make me understand that from the rest of my life,
mm,
all my sessions should be free to this world and full stop. If there is money, I will personally back out because I don't want anyone,
mm,
because it's simple, ma'am, like you're my sister or like my mother. If I do service to you and you say, here, take money for it, would I take it?
mm,
And
mm,
so that's how it all evolved. And very few
mm,
people know what I do, and I keep it that way because I need time to
mm,
work it out also, right? And that's just to give an
mm,
overview of how things are happening.
mm. So, which was you talked about the first session that you did for 300 girls? Which institution was that, and where was it, and when was it?
It was around, I think, 2017, I think 2017, 18. And it was in
Mm,
Chinmaya Women's and Arts College, I think. They still call me once in a while. And yeah, it was
mm.
around 300 girls
Where?
and in Kerala.
Acha.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were you began with Kerala, and then you moved out to other
Yes, my
places.
first session is in Kerala. But then it just spread across, right? My first talk was in Mumbai, my first personal talk.
Okay.
So before even doing sessions, there were personal talks I used to
Mm.
do. My first talk was, I still know a
Okay.
guy from Vashi comes to Mumbai, and then
Mm.
we do my first conversation with him, right? And yeah, it's all word of mouth. And the other things, I can't
Mm.
promote what I do. Different people
Mm.
come with different conversations, and I talk it, and just word of mouth goes
Mm.
through. Let's talk, and that's how it happens.
It's been 8 years now.
Yes, over 8 years now, and
Yeah.
over 300 sessions. Yeah, I've
Uh,
crossed 200 now, but the only problem, not
across
300, 300 plus
300
sessions
sessions across country.
across country. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, see, do you like you give you counsel? I should say you talk to one person, and then he has an issue or he or she has an issue. You talk to one person, and that you think is the end of it. The person understands something at that particular time, and then you is that chapter over, or you revisit to see whether the actual transformation has
Okay.
come into that person or not.
So that's a good question. So what I normally say is, meet me once, clear all your doubts,
Hmm.
and forget me. I'm not here to make
Hmm.
followers. I'm not here to get that loop going on. But ma'am, what I've seen is people who talk to me once and who understands the concept don't need to meet me again,
Hmm.
because 10
Okay.
years after that you call me, my answer is going to be, my answers don't change. My answers will be the
Hmm.
exact same thing: forgive your father. Then the peace will come.
Hmm.
Now, if you know, one lady called me, I have this big issue. I said, go and hug her unconditionally for every day. Your peace will come automatically. But then she doesn't hug. If she doesn't hug, I can't do anything after that, right? Then she will call me after, a
Hmm.
couple of months. My life is still messed up. First question: did you hug?
Hmm.
The answer is no. So when that's it. But for me, it's very easy. Meet me once, clear all your doubts, and
Hmm.
forget. I'm not here to make, because I have many other brothers, sisters today. If I start talking to one person for a long time, it's just a waste
Hmm.
of time. And the other thing is,
Hmm.
man, the truth
Hmm.
is truth. It's only one or two things a human being has to know, and many people
Hmm.
don't accept that. Some people take
Hmm.
time to accept, so they will call me again. Then I'll tell them the same answer in different angle to make them understand. But other way
Hmm.
also, sometimes what I've seen is some people need a little bit of message, test it, trial it, go to again tough life, and then the truth can be under. Sometimes when you tell the truth directly, they say, "What truth? Nah, nah, nah. That's not my stuff."
Hmm.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
Thing I've seen not working sometimes when people recommend talking to me. Like, for example, you know about me, you tell, hey, I have a sister. Can the sister talk with me? That time they tend to see me
Hmm.
as a counselor or a therapist or a
Hmm.
motivational speaker. Things don't work. I've seen people
Hmm.
should internally feel like talking with me.
Yeah.
Only those, like, they
True.
saw me speech, or they saw my video, or they saw my
Hmm.
talk on their college. Sir, can
Hmm.
we talk?
Hmm.
Those people, I'm always thankful to God that somewhere I managed to figure out and show them the path. But then
Hmm.
recommendation, I don't see working also, because they're
Okay.
not coming
Hmm.
with their internal drive. They're being pushed to talk to me.
Hmm.
When they push to talk to
Hmm.
me, I see, like, it doesn't work anyways.
Hmm. Hmm. ठीक है. So, see, what is the hardest truth that you have found while you've met so many people and done so many sessions? What
Hard.
is the hardest thing that people
You
are
mean you
afraid
mean
of?
people You mean people's story, or what is the hardest thing which
Story,
generally
you
people
talk
imagine?
hardest thing which a person like cannot do. What is the toughest thing? Like you
See,
said, na, you forgive your father or go and hug the person who's
what
struggling you or
happens
something
is,
like that.
yes, what happens is the toughness is on how big you have made that thing into your head, right? So, for example,
Hmm.
of father hating your father. If that is very big, it becomes very tough to go down also. Like, for example, I've seen, like, every 10th girl I talk to is physically harassed within their family itself, right?
Okay.
Few people don't know about it. Their parents don't know, but she's just keeping it inside. So there's so much. It depends on how long you're keeping that pain into you. That tough it becomes to nullify also, right? That's why I say when I talk to, when I go above 40, talking to those people is much more difficult, because they've already frozen their mind that this guy has messed up.
Hmm.
So to unlearn them and to this one becomes tough in one way, right? So age factor I've seen sometimes it becomes, and then when you go to 60 and 70, it's again easier. So that
Acha.
that yeah, 42, because what happens, ma'am, when you're in the 60, 70, you begin to realize your life and accept the truth anyways, because God is going to hit you harder when time comes. So health issue might come, because every mental issue you keep will trickle down to a health issue in some way or the other, right? So
Mm,
when those all things happen slowly with age also, like when I do sessions to aged people, I don't do
mm,
Q&A. One of the person will ask me a question, then my talk will go. Then I asked one of, it was like a grandmother's age, I said, like, don't you have any questions? He's like, no, you
mm.
talk, our flashback is hitting us and telling all the truth what needs to be done, right? But then
Okay.
many people still keep that grudge. That's why I'm saying the most worst death is a guilty death. And I'm trying my
Mm,
best from people to get out of the guilt so they can die in peace in some way or the other, right? Because with guilt, dying is, kash mein kiya hoga, or wish I could have done that, or wish I could have done that, is what is the, the
mm,
toughest battle which a person goes through, right? So it's depends on you how big you have made the story into your head, right? If the story is small, it's easy,
mm,
tuck tuck, you can kick it out. But then if you deeply love a person and the breakup happens, you got to undeep it also, right? So that's where it becomes tough. But like some people, I talk for over a year to make them understand the truth,
mm,
right? Like I talked to a girl who got raped and all that stuff. So it took
mm.
almost a year and more than a year for her to understand how to get out of that. So it depends on how big you made that situation, and based on that, the toughness can be variated, right? If that made sense.
Is talking about rape and sexual harassment. How do you talk of truth in in such a situation? Like the victim, what does the victim do?
Ma'am, it
Matlab,
depends.
ideally,
Right?
in very ideal situation, she or he should be forgiving, but that is not easy. That is.
Yes, it is not. See, it is. See, what happens here is now there is different levels of rape also, right?
Mm,
Some is within the family, some is outside the family, some is a random crazy guy who does it. So each
mm,
scenario is different. But as you say, if you understand you are just the body, right? And that body will deteriorate with time. That's one aspect
mm,
of looking into it. The other thing is, even science is saying every year or two, your cells are new cells. You're in a new body, anyways. So
mm,
if and then you really deeply understand that why you have been in that situation in the first place. I know some girls who talk to me, sir, I like going around late night, doesn't matter. You never know when you are going and exposing yourself into wrong people, there are chances wrong can happen, right?
mm,
You know, a girl said, no, we like two girls, we go outside random late night. Why? No, just for fun. I said, you must be kidding me. You're going to random place. What, any wrong thing can happen. So, and then many, so there are many background to it. Now, if you zone directly in, yes, one part is forgiveness, but not forgetting. And then some places you need to take the certain actions to make the right people known too. Ma'am, many children don't even tell to their mother and father, and they come and tell to me.
mm,
So
mm,
then what I do, okay, give them the guts to go and tell to the parents. The parents take the necessary action. Because if the
right.
parents don't necessarily take the action within the family, he's going to rape another girl or harass another girl in some way.
Mm,
So,
mm,
and then somehow push them to God if they believe in God, or push them to more of their duty and show the other
mm,
angle that if you get out of this, you can help other people get out of this, because I've done getting you out of this. Now go with that experience. So sometimes even bad experiences God gives you so that you have the power to take out of other people who's going through the same process,
mm,
right? So many girls I've talked to, they are helping on the other side of things where other girls have gone through this. Can I help them out? So you can't remove negativity from your life. It is going to keep hitting you in some way or the other, but the point is how you see it, right? If you see the scar as a scar which is permanent, you live with the scar for the rest of your life. But if you see the scar is given by God, so with that scar, I can make a larger impact to this world, that scar becomes very small, right? People need
mm,
help, but sometimes God gives you.
mm.
So it depends on which angle you can take to based on the mindset of the girl, the age of the girl, what she's doing, and many factors come along, right? And because my thing is, okay, you have got that experience. What fixing
mm,
your? Because if you don't fix another girl, that guy is going to similar experience. So some people I say,
mm,
go tell your parents right away. Let that guy come out of the story, right? So at least that way itself,
mm,
right? So that's how it is. So I can't tell exactly how to get this out of it. Yes, forgiveness is one
mm,
part. Making people known is the other part. Saving the other girls so that this girl was used in that walk of life so
mm,
that the other girls are protected. So there's many sides of
mm,
it, if you really look at it.
mm. See, I'll talk about a particular case. There is a person who is unhappy with his mother. Hmm. And for, like you said, forgive your father, the case of the father, but the case of the mother, or even in the case of father, so the child blames the father, hmm, and says that he or the mother, he or she should be improving. Is that the right approach?
Ma'am, it depends on who's asking me the question. Is the mother asking the question or the
Hmm.
child asking the question? So who's
Child is
asking?
asking the question. The
Child is
parent
asking,
is wrong.
my parent
Hmm.
is wrong. What am I supposed to do? If the parents is
Ah,
wrong, your first
hmm.
step is to find out what's the parent's story, what they have gone through because of which they're thinking that way. Right. So once you, I always tell children very simple. First, learn your parents' story, what struggles they've gone through, what pain they've gone through. So that is why the mindset is made that way. Once you understand the mindset, first step of forgiveness is start there. Oh, my father had a tough childhood because of which he's tough on me. My father hit, his father was hitting him, thrashing him. So my father is shouting him in a tough way. Or my
Hmm.
father might have done such a big blunder in his life. He doesn't want me to do the blunder. So he's being tough on me. So every
Hmm.
student I say, please learn your parents' story first. Once you know the story, you know the loophole, and then
Hmm.
work on them. Rather than saying, Papa, you messed up my life. Why is Papa like that?
Ah,
Why is my Papa
hmm.
tough? Why they not allowing me after 10 o'clock? Some kids are just
Hmm.
after 10 o'clock, they're not allowing me. Yeah, maybe Papa had a
Hmm.
story in the family, the 10 o'clock girl went out, something wrong happened. Will Papa allow at 10 o'clock? Answer is no.
Hmm.
So hating father for that, like many children talk about independence to me, right? I
Hmm.
say independence from parents. Okay, leave the home, you'll get
Hmm.
independence. Here you want
Hmm.
your father's home, you want your father's fees, you want your father's clothing, you want your father's everything, and then I want my freedom. How does it work? So
Hmm.
sometimes people think that they are, they have the rights. There is no
Hmm.
rights here. You having issues with your father, go find out what your father went through. Many parents also
Hmm.
have a problem. So, ma'am, many
Hmm.
parents take loan for the children's education. Children don't know about it.
Hmm.
Then parents tell your children you so at least they're serious in life. No, no, no.
Hmm.
Children should not know my parents' weakness. It's stupidity. You're just asking for
Hmm.
trouble because children are going to go flashy into the college, and when you don't give them a phone, that's when they'll fight with you. And I hate my father from now on. If the father
Hmm.
that have taken the loan and because of loan you're getting this good college, make sure you get your act right. He won't come and ask for a phone.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it is not, I don't
Yeah.
blame any specific person, right? It's both sides.
Yeah.
People are not balancing, and then in turn, this marketing people bring this generation gap. Man, this
Hmm.
called
Hmm.
generation gap. It is created by people because both parties don't want to change.
Hmm. They don't want to talk.
Yes, ma'am, where people are talking now, half the people are
Huh?
on the phone only. Oh,
Hmm.
if now, for example, I know a girl who I talked to, her
Hmm.
marriage was fixed. Her marriage was fixed. And then what happened is after she talking to the guy, came to know that he's a very bad guy in character. Right?
Okay.
And then somehow she connected with me and said, sir, this is happening. The bad is getting. I said, did you tell your father? No, did your mother? Yes, mother
Hmm.
knows. Then I said, did you tell
Hmm.
your father? No, I'm scared of my father. Okay, did your mother tell your father? No, mother is also scared of father. Then I
Hmm.
talked to mother and daughter, made them understand. Then they went to the father and the marriage was cancelled. Now, if this
Hmm.
girl didn't have that open conversation with the father, she would have get him in a messed up
Hmm.
marriage, and then divorce will happen.
Hmm.
And then you'll think what happened wrong.
Hmm.
And in fact, the father will say, why you didn't tell me? And then the guilt will come. I should have told, but then it's too late.
Hmm.
So many children even don't open up in the parents because they're so scared of them
mm,
that, okay, if I say
mm,
something wrong, I can't go out. Many girls come to me, sir, if I tell about having a relationship with my guy, or a guy did
mm,
something wrong with me, or he touched me wrongly, I can't go to school after that. So
mm,
girls would say.
mm,
So that's where it's happening. This gap is what is the problem is. And my
mm,
job, as I'm saying, I'm a son or a brother to bring back that family together so they can figure it out on their own and they don't need my help in some moment. Right? So
mm, mm. You talked about being guilty some time back. Uh,
yes.
how uh, how challenging is to remove this guilt, like
Ma'am,
somebody is having.
see, the first step to remove your guilt is
Hmm,
everything has happened for a reason. If you
hmm,
understand the deeper reason for it, there is no guilt because it's all happening for a bigger reason. So if you learn from it, last minute also you can get out of the guilt and leave this world. That's why I tell, okay, now for example, a woman like you or an aged woman who have children's husband to manage. I always tell mothers or whichever mother I talk to, if you have done 100% justice to your children's, to your husband, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your mother and father, and if you feel you have done your best, you're highly sitting, you're highly supremely sitting in the eyes of God than a saint sitting in Himalayas and trying to find God. And many mothers think that they are not worth it. Right? Many mothers are overdoing stuffs where they're messing up their health. Many mothers are overperforming where their mental health is gone. So what is actually happening is, I all tell when it gives conversation to mothers mostly, stop overdoing. Over love is negative, over care is negative, over protection is negative. Everything what you overdo is never credited by God. Right? But what people do, nahi, mera beta. You, ma'am, other thing you notice. Any sister
hmm,
who gets involved in a brother's life after marriage always sits and cries.
hmm,
Still, the sisters will go again, my brother, my brother, my brother. Yeah, I tell people after marriage, the brother and sister is gone. It is no more in your
hmm,
control. But
hmm,
then you say, nahi, yaar, my brother. And last, the brother will say, it's all because of him, my life is so messed up. That time, the sister will realize, I shouldn't have done all this.
hmm,
So these are all the truths which is written everywhere around every family. Still after
hmm,
marriage, they will go, my brother, my brother, my brother. So these are the truths which people don't want to accept. And the guilt comes when brother says that I messed up.
hmm,
You messed up.
hmm,
So the guilt will come. So I say, like, ma'am,
hmm,
yeah, leave that brother emotion first. Or else what will happen is another brother will come in some
hmm,
form or the other to manipulate you again. God telling you, don't trust your brothers too much, or as I will repeat in some form or the other.
hmm. And what about regret? There
Ma'am,
is guilt and there is regret.
how do you differentiate both of it?
There's a slight difference.
Which is no, because I want to know your meaning of guilt and regret.
Ah,
I somewhere around it's
ah,
the same thing only. If it's just that we are,
hmm.
I think guilt is what you have done something wrong, or regret is I could have made some changes. I'm not quite sure on the grammatical.
Couldn't do. Regret is where you couldn't do something. Guilt
Yeah, so
is I
correct. So
did something and
if you can't do something, the next step is start with a sorry. Right? Because many parents, like I've talked to faculties when I do sessions for
hmm,
faculties, that because I've seen many faculties, they're very good teachers, but the children hate them to the core, literally hate them. Right? So the reason being is they're so using all their energy to children. When they come home, they don't have for the children's. Right? So what is actually happening is a gap starts to build up. So I tell the teacher, go and tell sorry to your son. Because so many times when he needed you, you were not there. Learn to say
hmm,
sorry. Right? And when you take holidays, so for example, a child's birthday is very, very important. Some teachers can't be part of that because they have some
hmm,
exams or whatever it is. And the fun part is their birthday timing, exam timing always comes in the same every year.
hmm,
Right? So slowly, the regret will be, I couldn't be with my son. I couldn't be with my son. I was like, ma'am, why are you celebrating that day? Make a Sunday. Tell your son, you want my half an hour or 1 hour of late night of birthday celebration, or do you want a Sunday where the whole time I'm going to send, we're going to do this, we're going to cut your cake. Which a child will choose? Mostly they will choose that Sunday only. But what the teacher will do, "Nahi yaar, I want to celebrate on that day itself." I did a
That
session
day.
for I did a session for a hotel industry, and
Mhm.
their complaint was when people are enjoying their festivals, we are here
Mhm.
working. That's a typical complaint.
Mhm.
Or I say, why are you celebrating
Mhm.
New Year first? Celebrate on fifth. See, this
Mhm.
celebration, when families come together and celebrate, is what celebrate. It doesn't matter about a date. You are picking the
Mhm.
date, making it special, and saying that, oh, 1st of
Mhm.
December is not special, or 1st of January is not
True.
special.
Mhm.
So all these celebrations are created by us. At the end, God doesn't see you're celebrating a first or you're celebrating a fifth. God only sees
Mhm.
is the family happy and celebrating in the name of mine or in family or spreading that happiness, spreading that positivity. That becomes their new year,
Mhm. True.
right?
True. And what is the difference between, say, working on self, and meeting yourself,
Working yourself and
meeting yourself, meeting yourself? I'm
meeting,
working on myself and then I meet myself.
getting into a very spiritual side of things. So now, see, working on yourself is always
Mhm.
the physical part, right, of yourself,
Mhm.
right? Working on yourself, right? That is the general thing. Meeting yourself is what I believe is God or universe sits in your heart, right?
Mhm.
When you connect to that heart, your mind will shut down. And when the mind shuts down, the heart dictates the terms. That is when you really met yourself. I'll repeat again. Working on self is you're using your mind there. Right? Whenever you're working, you're using your mind. Okay, I need to improve, I need to
Mhm.
look dressed, I need to pray, I need to meditate, I need to, spend time with family. These are all working yourself, which means your body is there. Is it improving? With
Mhm.
using your five senses. Meeting yourself, you step out of your body, you step out of your mind, but then you use your mind to connect to your heart and find out what is this heart driven for. For example, if your children says that you are the best mother I ever got in your life, you have met your purpose and you have met yourself. But on the other hand, your husband says, my wife didn't support me way. There is some other ways you got to improve. So once you reach into your highest level of working on yourself, you will meet yourself, if that makes sense.
Meet yourself. Mhm.
Yes?
True.
Okay.
True.
Good.
True.
Okay. Because people ask me
And
questions, I
mhm.
tell people can ask me any question from birth to death, is what I tell. Right? But don't ask me
Mhm.
one question how I'm answering, but the answer will come. That's all I know. But that's how I always say in all my talks. Ask me any question from birth to death so that I can give that answer and show the truth of what people actually want.
Mhm. See, you're talking about talking truth and meeting truth. What are the, say, very common lies that people tell themselves?
Ma'am, more than common lies people tell themselves, it's
Hmm.
the exposure which is making them believe that what they're doing is
Hmm.
actually right when it's wrong. Because now social
Okay.
media, right? Social media news, whatever it is. If you naturally
Hmm.
look, the social media design, even the chat GPT AI, everything is designed in such a way that to make you believe whatever you're doing wrong also, there is one person doing it and I support him. So what has happened? Whatever now, for example, if you see, like if since you're getting slow in the spiritual side of it, in Mahabharata, Krishna tells to tell lies also in one form. And
Hmm.
what you're doing?
Hmm.
Oh, Krishna told lie. I'm also going to start lying from now on. That is the main problem with people. They even great
Hmm.
scriptures are written, even great religious stuffs are there, even social media is there. They're trying to find that to justify their wrong.
Hmm.
That's the biggest thing. So, for example, ma'am, do you drink soft drinks? Or people who drink soft
Hmm.
drinks? Good for health or
Hmm.
bad?
Actually bad, but
And still,
good for taste.
yes, but still people go and
And
drink. But still
yeah,
people go and
yeah.
drink. And then they pray,
Hmm.
God, God, give me good health.
Hmm.
God is also confused what to do,
Hmm.
right? Because as a brother, I say, God, please, protect their health. It's like they already
Hmm.
know. The soft drink is not good. Still, they go and drink.
Hmm.
What can I do? God is asking everyone.
Hmm.
When you willingly do something wrong, as I said, when जानकर हम जब गलती कर बैठता है, that God is going to hit very hard, and many people are
Hmm.
knowingly and doing the mistakes,
Hmm.
right? And when you knowingly do the mistake, what can now I always joke and say, why do fathers watch the news? There is a reason
Hmm.
behind. The world is so
Hmm.
bad. I am a little bit bad. It's okay. That's why people watch the news because the world is so. My wife is so horrible that people are
Hmm.
killing. My life is still okay. I don't need to change.
Hmm.
So, problem is willingly you're doing something wrong. Plus, you don't want to change. Then what can God also do? Is a question which God and universe is asking the people. Like you know it's wrong, you still go
Hmm.
and do it. Then you say that you are not fair. God is
Hmm.
always fair. Universe is always fair.
Hmm.
But if you
Hmm.
live, that's what we always. That's a spiritual statement.
Hmm.
If you're acting sleeping, no one can wake you up,
Yeah.
and most people are acting sleeping, and that's the
Hmm.
biggest lie they're saying, right? That when my life is like this, and then plus they add on,
Hmm.
in this speaker told like I've seen many husband and wife do that. There'll
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
once one wife will see a video which supports the wife and shares, right? And they had a
Okay.
big issue with that. I said, like, go and see the same speaker. There's another video he's made supporting husband also. So husband is sharing
Okay.
the husband video, and both are getting views, and he's getting good views, saying
Huh.
both parties are
Hmm.
this. So everyone is
Hmm.
even dictating their life in 1 minute reels. Now the truth
Hmm.
cannot be told in 1 minute.
Hmm.
Like many of my friends say, why don't you make reels and show? I said, how can you tell the truth in 1 minute? Truth is told to be
Hmm.
said in such a way that so people can understand it properly, right? It's not to
Hmm.
create a hook and create. See, I tell people I've done marketing, MBA in marketing. I
Hmm.
know how you can create all this stuff, but then the truth cannot be told in
Hmm.
1 minute. Truth needs around 5-10 minutes to so you go deeper and you can hit the
Hmm.
concept. So that's the biggest lie. Willingly
Hmm.
ignoring and saying that the
Hmm.
world is wrong and I don't need to change is the biggest problem is the world is going through.
Hmm. Hmm. Are there people like when you talk, they question you, you tell them that you need to change, and they agree that they need to change, but they're afraid of change. Are there people who are afraid of changing?
Yes, they are afraid to change because sometimes people can't accept the truth, right? Accept the truth is, for example, a girl is loving a guy and the guy is toxic. But what
Hmm.
happens is her love is so high that he can't even leave the guy even though he's being toxic. Why? My father's care was not given to me. This guy gives me the care. For her, this care is more important than he being toxic. So what happens is how much ever she tries to change until she doesn't find another thing to care her or God to care her or a good friend to care her, she cannot change because you needed that thing because that's your lifeline. Some people have addiction, some people everything, every form of addiction is a gap in life, right? And why
Hmm.
you can't change is the truth is so hard because see now you have to leave a guy. How many truth you have to accept? I chose the wrong guy, right?
Hmm.
That's one bigger problem. Now, how can you accept that? Oh, I loved this guy also. How can he be wrong, the person who I loved? That's the second truth the girl has to accept. Third thing is he's a scam. Oh, the person who I love, how can he be a scam? But then he dumped me in some way or the other because he liked another girl. So it is only my physical beauty and not my real love. So these are the 4 5 things a girl has to accept. Only then she can change. If she's not willing to accept all of this, she can't change. But then what happens?
Hmm.
I told once, they won't understand.
Hmm.
After 6 months, they will try to bring this love back, love back, love back, love back. If he doesn't come back, then another hit will come, another call will come. I told you, he's dumped you, he's a cheater. No, no, no.
Hmm.
How can he be a cheater? Because his parents told, and that's why our marriage is not happening. Oh, so he chose your
Hmm.
parents over you, no? So he cheated you. Oh,
Hmm.
like then she might understand. So there is different points where you're going to hit the point, hit the point, hit the point until they understand the truth.
Hmm.
Because sometimes, ma'am, Truth cannot be understood as a whole. You have to break it down because
Hmm.
the thing now,
Hmm.
if I tell a girl these are the 5 issues by which you can get out a breakup, she'll say, "Holy, this guy is talking something out of my head." So first
Hmm.
thing I ask a girl, is there a future with this guy? You tell me yes or no.
Hmm.
Look into your heart and tell me, is there a future? So first step is to get her think that there is no future. Then slowly take that step. It's not that one shot you can take it all away. Some people in one shot they will understand. I always tell different stories, and with the
Hmm.
stories they can understand. But yeah, and some people I share my YouTube videos. Some people say I have a
Hmm.
breakup. See my video. If that gives you the answer, come to me. If it doesn't give, then we'll discuss and work it out further on. Right.
Hmm. So between your work, uh, sorry, between your official work and this sort of selfless service to the society, how do you manage?
See, ma'am, what has happened is since the age of 18, I worked and I studied my whole life. Right. So work and studies means how, and plus I have my family also, which I was managing.
Hmm.
So what happened? I did my bachelor's working and studying. I did my MBA working and studying. I did my MSc in business psychology working and studying. So what has happened is the studies is removed and the service has come inside. So I've been doing
Hmm.
it for the last since 18 years. I was not 18 years. Since the age of 18, God had
Hmm.
or universe had trained me in that way where I just have to replace the education and
Hmm.
put my service to the world that way. That's point number one.
Right.
Second thing
Nick, but
is,
how do you manage the time?
ma'am, I only spend time in three
Because
things:
hmm.
my family, my office work, and my this service work. I have enough
Hmm.
time. I don't watch 3 hours of movie. I don't watch cricket.
Okay.
Everything revolves around there. I don't scroll on the net 2 3 hours just wasting time. I don't watch this TV
Hmm.
series. People are sitting and watching series after series. Ma'am, I tell people simple question. I'll ask people. Everyone has 24 hours.
Hmm.
Let's divide to 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours. Okay.
Hmm.
Generally, at your age or whatever it is, or my age, you need 6 hours of sleep.
Hmm.
Now,
Sleep.
some students will say, no, 8 hours. Okay, take 8 hours from here, given to you. So you have left with 4 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours. Now you have
Hmm.
8 hours of your duty, which is could be office, could be schooling, could be
Hmm.
studies, could be whatever it is. You have that 8 hours again going. You're left with 6 hours and 4 hours. 4 hours I
Hmm.
give you for other stuffs, right? Your studies or tuitions or entertainment, having a bath, having food. 4 hours are given you. What are you doing with the
Hmm.
remaining 6 hours? I'm
Hmm.
doing service to the society. That's all. If that made sense.
Hmm.
Everyone,
Picture
ma'am,
clear.
everyone in the world have this 6 hours. But
Hmm.
many people are just throwing it away. I just want to sit and
Hmm.
watch TV. I just want to, work it out. I know one great person has told this
Hmm.
statement. What is rest?
Hmm.
You're taking rest
Hmm.
from the first type of job to the second type of job is called rest. Many people see watching TV is rest. TV is not rest. Many people
Hmm.
watch horror movies and they think that is rest. Maybe people watch,
Hmm.
different killings and violence and they think that is rest. You think your mind is very calm when you're seeing a horror movie? But then you also need a horror movie because you're so stressed in life. See, that's
Hmm.
why I tell people overthinking mind needs horror in life. So the
Hmm.
mind pauses for some time. So if you're an overthinker, you need the horror to come into your mind to pause your mind. Or you need that sixer to be hit, or you need that one run to be won. So you forget
Hmm.
all your pain, and that's why you go into that. So
Hmm.
every thing which you put into yourself is just to pause that mind. And when you pause that mind,
Hmm.
that peace. But then after you get out of it, again you have to watch another movie.
What do you do for your entertainment? How do you
Man,
rest?
I have such a big family to talk to. The whole world is my family. Now
Hmm.
I'm doing my entertainment talking to you. For me, that's what I'm
So that
doing. Right? Because, ma'am, there's you're asking me different questions. I'm learning different aspects to life. This is the question which you asked me about working on yourself,
Hmm.
meeting yourself. It is a beautiful answer. Even I didn't know that answer. After telling you all, I said, "Oh, yeah, that's a good answer," which I gave. So I'm learning with every conversation, right? Many people say, you can travel the world with this money which you're traveling to people. I say, like every person's life itself is a big world which I'm traveling. Everyone tells their
Hmm.
story. That's a big world I'm getting into, right? Their world, what they
Hmm.
have seen, what they have. So I find entertainment in seeing my brothers and sisters figuring out their life. I see an entertainment where my mothers and fathers are figuring out their life in some way or the other. So they don't have that negativity around. Because I believe in a concept called life is all positive, negativity doesn't exist. So
Hmm.
anyone tells me any negativity, I will tell them how it's positive. So that's my job, and that's what I'm going to keep doing for the rest of my life. So it's not about what I get or my this. It's just that I have to do it. All I know. And then the other thing, many people, how long can you do it? Tomorrow I might stop. The day I can't answer people's question, I will stop the whole thing. You will never see Deek Personally in any of the social media after. As long as I can answer, I will do it. The day I feel that people ask me question, I'm not answering properly, I'm done.
So do you have a guru?
There are many gurus who have come to in my life. They're all not living, but
Hmm.
different people have come in different walks of life to train me in a certain way. But no one physical. Everyone was virtual via dreams, via different ways. They have trained me in different ways. But if you ask me, do I have an exact guru? No. You asking me this question also because my gurus, because what I believe is because you're asking me this question, I'm answering this to you. That way I'm also learning that these are the answers, so indirectly you also become my guru in some way. I see the life is the greatest guru. So right now for you, because you're asking me this different levels of questions, you're teach as a teacher asking me, hey, tell me the answer. Let me see what you're going to answer. Let me see what you've learned in life. So you also become. So for me, everyone I talk to, everyone within the world, every animal, every human being, every this one is teaching you something. If you pause for a while and if you start seeing it from
Hmm.
that angle, there is a learning from everywhere in some form.
Hmm.
So rather than picking one guru, see life as the greatest guru. So every guru becomes your guru. Every mother becomes your mother. Every father becomes your father. And once you start seeing from that wavelength, every mother is teaching you something. Every guru is also teaching you something. Like sometimes I go to any temple, any guru. Sometimes my wife asks, "You're going to random temples. What if there's energy and all that?" Even though he's a bad guru, also he's teaching me how to be a good guru. There are good, bad people also. So that's why I tell people good teachers are telling you how to be a good teacher, bad teachers are telling you how not to be a bad teacher. Both are teaching you how to be a
Hmm.
good teacher.
Hmm.
Don't search for the guru. Guru is already there with you. He's teaching you via life itself. So once you start seeing it from that perspective, automatically every single thing works as your guru in some form or the other. Because many people even link guru as that one individual. Why? Let every
Hmm.
be my guru in some form or the other.
Yeah. As we, I wish I could carry on asking
You
you
can
more
you can
questions.
carry on, ma'am. I only stop my session when people are done with me.
Hmm.
I will continue.
Hmm.
I have done sessions
Hmm.
for 3 hours, 4 hours, continuously talk. People get tired of me. I'll not get tired. Until the questions come, I'll talk. Because some sessions I talk for 6, 7, 8 hours because the children will change, right? So I go to a college. Some colleges who know what I do, they arrange my session for the whole day. 2 hours, one session. 5 minutes break, 2 hours, one session. 5 minutes break, 5 minutes. Because I said like, I don't want food, I don't want anything. Just get me people with questions and answer, and I'll leave without anything in return. And that's my principle which I've lived by. So you have questions, ask. Anything randomly from left and right can be asked. Anything from any angle can be asked, right? You have pushed me a little bit on the spiritual side, some way or the other. So there are a lot of doubts which people have, and the truth is not being understood. So my job is, and then I always tell ma'am one thing: anyone questioning me, sometimes you're not questioning for you. You might be questioning for one person who's looking for that one answer, and we become an instrument to take that answer to them, right? Is
Hmm.
what I believe in, and that's how I go. So it's your call, however you want to do it. I have don't bound me with time. I am as a brother or as
Okay.
a son, always be there to answer people's question as long as the question is genuine.
So, how can one reconnect with self? Like, there is so much of chaos around you, around in the world. That is, person is like in today's world, it's a very fast-paced world, and you also said some time back that you lose who you are. between doing your works, outwardly works, whether it's office or home. So, how does one reconnect?
My first thing is everyone has to reconnect with relationships first, right? I'll tell you why.
Mm,
There are five relationships which is core to any human being.
mm,
One is your mother, father. Trust them 100% or figure out and build up the relationship in the best possible way. Then you have a God universe, whichever God form you believe in. Trust that process, do the required rituals which your family has been doing from generations, carry on with that. Don't say that this all scam and move on. I can go deeper if you want to know more deeper into it. Your husband and wife, trust 100%, right?
mm,
Because doubting them and getting a relationship is anyways messed up anyways. So that's how we go. These are three core people who are very, very important, which tells you who you are. Then you have
mm,
a brothers, sisters, and children's. For them, terms and conditions apply until marriage. Full stop. So these are the five people who are the most important people who you have to change for or who you have to do something extra for. Everyone outsider, you can
mm,
anytime say, thank you very much, I'm done with you. Most people mess up their life when they go outside. A friend, a best friend, a colleague, a very close, cousin, or mubola bhai, they mess up there when these five things are not. So you can never understand yourself when you don't figure out these five relationships. But children's and brothers sisters until their marriage or until your
mm,
marriage. So once that is done, they also go outside. So if this thing
mm,
is understood, you will really understand who you are. That's point number one. So, and then how do you go further on is what changes I need to make? So, I'm a better daughter, I'm a better devotee or God belief, I'm a better wife in some way or the other. And little bit good sister and a good this one. If you tell me the level of uh, ascending or descending order, removing God out of the picture, first is my husband happy if you're married? If you're not
mm,
married, is my mother, father happy? Now, if you're married, the second step then comes into your children's, and then slowly it gets into your mother, father, right? Because you have a lot of duty here, right? Yes,
mm,
they have taken care of you in some way. You have to give the duty back. If this is understood by a woman, then she knows how to prioritize their life. Once they
mm,
know how to prioritize, many mothers are that totally zoned into the child after the child is born. You think the husband won't have an issue? Husband will have an issue.
mm,
Many girls and boys I know is they're having friendship. Even though they have a husband, they have a friendship with another guy. I say, like, when you have a husband, why you need another guy as a friendship? See your
mm,
husband as a friend only, no? At least, okay, now
mm,
you say my husband is not good. Okay, build up the friendship, no? So when these five things are understood, you learn to balance yourself because you're looking for support and the support comes from this one. Now, when one is not there, go harder on God. Or when this is not there, go harder on parents. If parents are not there, go harder on husband. You have these three people to go harder on also. And if all are not there, go harder on God. So these three people are the core people who you have to work on. Once that is thing is that you learn to stabilize yourself because okay, these people are supporting me, these people are not supporting me. This is the core people. Okay, then I have God who's overviewing everything, and He's the master and who's the guru, or whatever it is, guru or God, who you believe in. And these are the five people you work on. Once this
mm,
is understood, you will see the gaps in life. Where do I have to improve? For that
mm,
improvement, you need knowledge. For that, you have to read. How do I have a good wife? How do I manage an angry husband? How do I, deal with children who's a new generation? Read those books. Read that knowledge. Fill that gap. Once you fill that gap, what happens is your mind will calm down after that. Relationship is physical. That physical, hug, all that. Mind will calm down. Once your mind calms down, then you go to the health part. Because the health is not there, nothing can be done. Right? So that is the next aspect. When you get into health aspect, is means am I eating right? Am I, many mothers I've seen the leftover of the children's food they will eat because it's not good for wasting food. Yeah, you're wasting your body's health overeating there also. No, wasting is not good. Yeah, cook less and let the children starve. Not cook more and the remaining I will eat. Right?
mm,
Many mothers are there, leftover food. They're eating, 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 eating. I say, like, Mama, why are you eating all this stuff? Mother, I tell to all the mothers, I say, stop eating all this food. In the name of wasting food. Why? You're covering up karma of the child. The child wasted the food. It's his responsibility to cover it up. And let him get the karma burned up. But what we do? No, no, no. My son, no. How can he waste? So I will eat. That will put another health issue only. And
Mm.
after relationship, education, health, then finance. Learn how to manage money also. Like
Mm.
some ladies are there, oh, husband's money I will spend. But when your money comes, you will think twice. Like papa's money, oh, every single when your money you think, yeah, your money, your husband's money, your wife's money is all your money only. So learn
Mm.
how to manage finance. Because when you don't understand finance, that also creates a friction of knowing yourself. Once you
Mm.
have balanced education, health, finance, educate no, when you relationship, educate, health, finance, and this one, automatically you'll begin to love yourself.
Mm.
And when you really love yourself is when you really understand who you are, what God is trying to tell you, and all those things fact. And the beauty
Mm.
of all this, ma'am, if your relationship, education, and health is in balance, money will automatically come. And
Mm.
people are going after money, spoiling their health, spoiling the relationship, messing up their education. So I
Mm.
always say, start with the relationship. Is my mother happy? Is my husband happy? Is my children's happy with me? Until marriage, children's and brothers until marriage. That's very very clear terms and only until marriage you're responsible for them. After them, leave them.
Mm.
Many divorces are happening because mothers are getting involved. किसी
Mm.
बेटे के बारे में ये बोला, there the war will start, right?
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. So what we have to do is learn to know these five relationships, step back from duties which you're not supposed to, stop overdoing stuffs. Then only you have time for yourself.
Mm.
Many mothers spoil their health. Many mothers spoil their mental peace, just giving everything to their children. Hey, stop giving. किसने
Mm.
बोला? Yeah, no one is telling to give all this to your children. नहीं नहीं नहीं, मेरा बेटा
Mm.
यार शादी करके के बाद किसी और का husband बनने वाला है, and then you will start to think यार मैंने क्या
Mm.
करना. And many
Mm.
mothers have this, मेरा बेटा मेरा ही है, and that
Mm.
more flame into the marriage, which I've seen.
Mm.
When I
Mm.
talk to married couples, slowly, when I go
Mm.
deep, one of the mothers involved.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. When two people are left alone, they will negotiate and solve. When a third
Sort
party
it
comes
out.
to the picture, they get power to fight more.
Huh.
Right? Most, ma'am, if I really look at, I've talked to many couples who are in
Mm.
divorce, verge of divorcing. If you go deeper into the story, you will see mother,
Mm.
father involvement. If they both are there, they'll fight. Either they'll separate without anyone knowing, or they will
Mm.
negotiate and come to a conclusion. But when the mother
Mm.
gets it, you're asking for flame.
Mm.
So these five things, work on it, and then the truth will be shown to you. And as I told you, if a mother who takes care of all of these five aspects is high, many people say, I have to be spiritually high, I have to make 10
Mm.
crores to be successful, or I need everyone to like me. Those are all fantasy. These five people
Mm.
tell me I'm the best role I've taken, obviously. And then
Mm.
I'll say, ma'am, someone has sent us to this world. We don't know God, universe, whatever you can call. When you go back, the person will ask, how is life? Right? And when
Mm.
they ask, how is life, don't say that my husband did this to me, so my life was bad. My wife did this to me, so I said, my children did this to me, and that. Then you say, okay, go take another birth. I will opposite the role and tell you what they have to do in some way or the other.
Mm.
Rather, they'll say, God, you've given me this role. I've done the best I can
Mm.
do. I'm the best mother. I grow as the best mother. I grow as the best wife. I grow as the best grandparents in future. And I've done
Mm.
100%. He'll say, I am happy what you've done. Come with me. Or else he will give you, in the Hinduistic principle, he will give you another cycle of life, oppositing the right. So I say, if you hit someone and you have a choice to forgive that guy and not hit him, but if you hit him
Mm.
back, next life you will swap the role and you will hit him,
Mm.
and they will meet people like me or God, or not I'm not linking my people like me will say, forgive the person. If he doesn't forgive, you will again repeat it back in the next life. Now
Mm.
you hit him. No, the person hits you the third life. He'll hit you back again. God will say, okay, forgive. If you
Mm.
forgive, you get out of the cycle. And another person who hit another person will come into the cycle because someone is off
Mm.
beating from the other cycle. They both are
Mm.
hitting and hitting and hitting and going. So your point is they have hit me. I understood that it's a learning experience. I move on from it
Hmm.
so that I don't repeat the cycle. And many people
Hmm.
kill people in their mind also. That's also killing also. If you, like many people say karma is boomerang, if
Hmm.
karma will punish them. That thought process itself is negative.
Hmm.
If life is your greatest guru, someone is hitting you, there is a reason why guru is hitting you, no? Then you say, no,
Hmm.
karma is going to teach them. That thought, when you think bad also is negative karma, no one talks about. Many
Yeah.
people say hitting is bad. No, even thinking of
Hmm.
hitting is also negative.
True. True. So
Seeing also, go
while
ahead, ma'am.
you say that you don't believe in spiritualism, all you are talking is spiritualism only.
Ma'am, people are tagging it. I'm not bringing energy anywhere, no.
Hmm.
See, when you bring spirituality, there is an unknown factor. I'm telling the known factors only. Stop.
Hmm.
Many people go into spirituality and making the truth in spirituality and getting it complicated. I'm making it simplifying it.
People, no, no, no. People misunderstand what spirituality is.
Yes,
Spirituality is basically knowing yourself and
100%.
standing by your truth.
Correct.
That's what
See,
you talk.
ma'am, that is what is the real spirituality. But most of the other sides of
Yeah.
spirituality, people are all going for a round and round and round, not getting to the
Yeah. Oh,
right. And
true.
that's where, when you talk
Hmm.
about spirituality, no one reaches to the simplicity of life. Everyone gets
Hmm.
into complications of life.
Hmm.
Ma'am, life was always simple, but then people make it so complicated that, and then people
Hmm.
will say, I know this complicated stuff and I will tell you how complication can be removed.
Right.
And further on,
Right.
and makes it more complicated, right? I know this religious book better than you, and I will tell you what's
Hmm.
wrong. Yeah, go and read the book 10
Hmm.
times, Krishna, like Gita. Many people are
Hmm.
going and listen to Gita. It's good to hear. I'm not yeah, you
Hmm.
read the Gita 10, 20 times. Krishna himself will tell you what Gita is all about. But no,
Hmm.
no, no, no. Yeah, I want to hear the Gita's concept. Yeah, that is entertainment.
Hmm.
See, if Gita is written for every human being to understand, read it. No, read it 10, 20, 30 times until Ramayana. I tell people, any
Hmm.
answer to this world can be found in Ramayana itself. But
Hmm.
I said, did you read the Ramayana? No. Then how can you
Hmm.
understand what? No, no, I heard the story. This guy told me that is their analysis of Ramayana. What is
Hmm.
your analysis of Ramayana? Only if you read, you will
Hmm.
understand. So many people
Hmm.
are picking one part of spirituality, one part of spirit, and saying, I understood. Like, nah, understanding
Hmm.
yourself is spiritual, as you actually told. But very few people
True.
know about that. Because for that, you got to change again.
Hmm. True. True. So, if you could leave our listeners with one truth,
One, okay, you continue. Sorry, sorry.
one truth
Yeah. One
which
truth
they can take away.
I always say life is all positive, negativity doesn't
Hmm.
exist. Which I further
Hmm.
on, if you want to just take it further on, is that is every tear which falls out of your eyes is something life trying to teach you. If you learn that lesson, the tear will stop. If you don't learn that lesson, life or universe is going to keep hitting you by the same people or different people of the same kind, or by the same situation or a different situation of the same kind, requesting you to change. God,
Yeah.
universe always request you, yeah, please change karo na so I can bless you. Here you
Hmm.
keep doing wrong, wrong, wrong and asking for blessing. How can it work?
Hmm.
Right? We all have a choice. Blessing is always there when
Hmm.
you pray. But you use it in the bad ways, you'll become Ravan. If you use it in the good ways, you'll
Hmm.
become Ravan. So the point here I
Hmm.
tell people is that is, if one tear falls, ask why. Not
Hmm.
is usne kiya or he did it or that person did it. Why me? Why my
Hmm.
tears? What mistakes did I do that my life being the greatest guru is teaching me why these tears? Once you
Hmm.
focus on that, the truth will slowly come out. I overdid something, or मैंने कुछ कम किया, or I did less something, or I need to improve
Hmm.
somewhere. But if you start blaming people, it is over. And the other thing I
Hmm.
always want to say is, stop living someone else's life. We are all trying to live someone else's life. यार उसके पास दो गाड़ी है,
Hmm.
मुझे भी दो गाड़ी चाहिए, right? But your school is just
Hmm.
close by. नहीं नहीं नहीं, उसका दो है, मुझे भी दो चाहिए. यार he has 5 people, you only one person, why you need two? नहीं, उसके पास दो है, मुझे भी दो चाहिए. So whenever you're living someone else's life, whenever you're constantly trying to copy, you will lose yourself, because you're trying to be some other self and not yourself. And as long as you live, don't live your life. Like I tell people, stop taking loan and living life. You're living someone. Whenever
Hmm.
you take loan, you're living someone else's life,
Hmm.
right? Because you want to reach there by taking loan, and then financial issues will come, COVID will come, or some crisis will come. Then you're on loan burden, what to do?
Hmm.
And your children takes over the loan. The
Hmm.
children blame you. Yeah, if that's a many parents tell me, sir, education loan, good or bad?
Hmm.
Tell your child to be a good student. Whichever college he will do greatness.
Good. True.
Right? But school does, no, no, no. This status, he will learn that, he will learn this, he will learn that. I said, like, be a good student, the guru will come.
Hmm.
People are running after guru. You be the
Hmm.
big student, guru will come to you and guide you whatever it is. And that's what I want
Hmm.
to tell the audience. Or if
Hmm.
any other questions you have to ask, feel free to ask.
No, that would be all for now. Maybe
Perfect.
sometime later I'll come back to you again with some more questions.
For sure, man.
So, uh, thank you so much, Dee, for talking to me and answering so many questions I had about various aspects of life. And I wish you are able to answer as many people out there as are there actually seeking those answers. And thank you so much also for reminding us all, whosoever is listening to this, that the real transformation happens only from within. It cannot come from outside. So thank you so much.
Pleasure, ma'am.
So
Thanks a lot for this opportunity
thank
of
thank
and
you.
thanks a lot for helping me also spread the message across in some way. And as I always
Yeah.
say, if this talk which we did, it helped one
Mm.
person, I'm always
Yeah.
thankful to God
Our
that it
job
helped.
is done. Yeah.
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 And
Thank
that's
you.
what I always tell. Don't try to
Mm.
make everyone happy. If your
Mm.
karma makes one person change their life, your purpose has been met.
Mm. Yeah.
Good.
True.
Pleasure, ma'am. Thank you. And
Thank you.